What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. That's right. We are the Geeks and Company. And this week, it's Toronto Game Expo this week. So you know what it is. We're doing a Toronto Game Expo pre-show. So, of course, my compadre, the OG, the G off.
Wow.
With a little bit more beard this week.
A little bit more.
How you doing,
A little
buddy?
bit more. I've got a shoot coming up in April, and I've got to have like a full ass beard again. So I'm not even going to be able to shave it for this weekend, unfortunately. So yes, I'm going to be a slightly bearded Daemon Targaryen. I apologize, but it's still the suit's the same. It's all going to be. No one's going to be looking at me anyway. Everybody's going to be looking at this giant chair I'm sitting in that some maniac built for the Geeks and Company. So
just wait it out. It'll all be good.
Just white it out. It's white enough, dude. Look at are you kidding? Look how much white is it? Don't do that. Don't do that.
You still got the lights lower, though they're a little brighter than last week.
I'm trying not to fade myself out completely this time. So because everybody gave me shit last time. You look like Batman brooding in a cave. I'm like, shut up.
Of course, as always, Mr. Roberto, the bad guy. You look like you've got a hilt behind you there. Is that an actual sword, or is that just a?
It is an actual sword. Yeah,
that's
it
is
is
an sir. Absolutely.
I picked it up last minute from Team U.
Yeah.
Just to have something for people. You know, I have a few sword options for the throne.
Right.
So if you want to grab a sword for the photo opportunity, that's
nice.
one of the ones you can pick.
I think that's something that we want to kind of develop moving forward is more of an experience where you can come and take a picture with the throne, but if you want to leave us a little something, then you can have the full experience where you can wear the crown and the cloak and the sword and pick the flag that you want.
Yep.
You know, like we want to do something like that moving forward. But you know, let's see how it goes. First of all, let's see how people freak out about this throne, and then we'll move on from there.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, we can't do a Toronto Game Expo pre-show without Megan here with us. Queen Harleen joining us. Third time you're on the show now? I think it's the third time,
so.
right?
I think so. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so third time on the show. Megan, sorry, where did you write the title, Rob? Where did you write the title?
Good thing we did all that prep work, eh? Good thing we did all that prep work.
Yeah, good thing we don't have prep work.
Let me do it for you. Megan is the Toronto Game Expo promotional manager and social media specialist. She's the hardest woman working in the scene. Queen Harley.
100%. Thanks for joining us, Megan.
I'm happy to be here. It feels so weird to not be able to type in the chat, but I see the chat this time. So
I was going to say, so you see where the chat is, right?
You can cheat, by the way, Megan. You can still, if you go to YouTube and you pull up the live, you can type in the chat in there, so you can kind of. You're missing it that much.
So I can tell myself I suck.
There, see, there's Rob the bad guy over there right now cheating on the. Yeah.
There he is. There he is. Yeah. We've got Silky C already in the chat. Happy Thursday, friends. What's up, Silky? Tiffany is here. Hi, how's it going? Mr. Andre, Stephanie, Red Moon Glass. Everybody's already in the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Is everybody excited for Game Expo? I know I am. Just a little bit. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite shows of the year. This one's going to be particularly fun, especially since we've got some unreleased new surprises. Let's call them.
Concrunch is real. Sam Myerscough, absolutely. No question.
Yeah.
Our good friend and fellow geek editor Megan is up against it. She started doing her Rhaenyra like today. So she's so she's only going to be joining us on this Sunday. But she's having all the exact issues you would have in any kind of a crunch situation. So, but she's confidence is high. Hopefully, she'll get it done. But I don't think she has to try. I think she's committed regardless of what's going to happen. And now she's only got a few days left to get her all together. But keep your fingers crossed. Keep your thoughts keep editor Megan in your hearts today, because she's definitely going through it. There's some things that are not working for her, and she's having a hard time. So
I thought she already had a Rhaenyra cosplay.
No.
When she said she was going to do Rhaenyra, I was under the impression she already had a cosplay, and that's why she was doing that. I wasn't realizing she was making a brand new cosplay 2 days before
Megan here. I'm fine.
Show.
This is fine. Everything is fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's on fire. Yeah.
Can't Geeks Collectibles. Evening, everyone. I can't stay, but wanted to pop in and say hello. Looking forward to seeing you all at TGE this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
For sure. And I think it was Sookie C said she's so pumped. I'm super pumped for this weekend. Yeah, you and us both. Little special shout out to Sookie C and her amazing avatar there, her little profile picture.
Talking about Silky, guys, if you're on YouTube and you're like me and you watch more YouTube than you watch TV, make sure you go check out the Geeks Go YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button. If you click the like button, it really helps us propagate these videos through the YouTube sphere. And our friend Silky over here has been helping out a lot, making shorts out of bits throughout our shows. So I've been uploading shorts almost every day on YouTube. So go check them out. I don't want to put them all on, when there's specific ones, I'll put them on Instagram, but I put them all on YouTube. So go check them out. There's, like I said, there's one that comes out almost every day. So thank you very much for Silky. They're starting to gain some traction. So that's fun as well. We want to start it here. Anybody else want to get into something before we start? No? Anybody? No? Well, let's do the news. I find myself going,
Well, I don't know why the intro isn't that like it is for the community news. Clearly, we got to get Silky to get on that.
Jess, what was the sound your computer made when it booted up earlier today?
Doo. I was having a lot of technical difficulties again with this stupid.
I do this for free on my own time. Every week I'm here and I do this for free on my own time, like an absolute moron. Guys, it is the news. I'm going to start. By the way, I know you're probably all clamoring to talk about one specific piece of the news, and we're obviously going to get to that. Yeah. And I'm not going to hit you guys with 8 other news items because I know you guys, your heads will explode. But I do want to give at least one piece of news that's going to kind of lead into what everybody is going to be talking about. You guys are probably already. I can't see the chat right now because I'm looking at the news piece, but you guys are probably already talking about it. But I did want to mention, after yesterday's big reveal as to who is going to be in Avengers Doomsday, so we're going to go into that here in a second. In 2 recent interviews, 2 stars of the MCU have confirmed that they are not in either Doomsday or in Secret Wars, which is, of course, the next 2 back-to-back Avengers movies. The first one is Scarlett Johansson, which makes a little bit of sense after her row that she had with Disney after the Black Widow movie. She sued them. That they did come to an agreement eventually, but it's not exactly, earth-shattering that Scarlett Johansson would not be appearing in future MCU films. The one that I don't really understand, though, is Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda in Scarlet Witch, has also come out and unequivocally said, I'm not in Doomsday. I'm not in Secret Wars. In fact, what the article I read, she's about to start a different project altogether. And as you saw from yesterday's announcement, they're just about to start shooting Doomsday. So some people have been like, oh, maybe she's pulling an Andrew Garfield. Maybe she's lying. And my question to that would be, what would be the point?
Yeah.
That wouldn't make any sense. But then I'm thinking about what's the, I don't understand not having her in either film. Her character is enormously popular. Maybe there's a bit of a scheduling conflict, but I mean, even if you're just bringing her in for Secret Wars, it'd be weird to not have her in either film when she's been such a huge character throughout the MCU, pretty much since she debuted in Ultron, Age of Ultron. So
maybe it's a post-credit scene that launches the next phase and they bring her back, right?
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Again, she could be lying. I don't know. But it's weird for her to come out and say, I'm not in either film, period. I'm not even going to be there for the filming. I don't understand. But having said all that, yesterday they had a 5.5 hour live yesterday.
Yeah.
Marvel put on a 5.5 hour live to slowly tease out all these different actors that are going to be playing particular characters in Avengers Doomsday. And it looks like we're getting a kind of like a weird mishmash of a couple of OG guys, and then obviously some of the folks from, the 4 and 5 launches and the TV shows and such, and then a contingent of Fox X-Men for whatever weird reason. It's conspicuous by their absence, by the way, from Fox X-Men. No Wolverine and no Deadpool, which again, weird. But we're getting Gambit. We're getting Professor Xavier, but like the OG. We're getting the OG. We're getting the OG Cyclops, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the, what do we? Is it just the Wild West over in the MCU now? Is it just like a lawless wasteland? Is it like Mad Max over there now? They're just like, hey, would you like to be in Doomsday? And guys are just like, yeah, I guess, why not, whatever. How do you guys feel like that? enormous cast is going to sort of mishmash. And then more importantly too, there's some very noticeable absences from that cast list that I think people are talking about maybe even more than the people that they announced. Right. So how are you guys feeling about the cast announcements? Where are you at? Do you think it's too many? Do you think it's not enough? Do you think there's going to be more coming that they're kind of saving? Where are you guys at? Where's Howard the Duck? Andre, I swear to God.
Oh, the fucking Howard. Oh man, that damn him and Howard the Duck and that.
I know he's obsessed.
I'm a tad bit concerned. I feel like, you know, where Deadpool and Wolverine did the multiverse quite well. I think people are starting to have it with the multiverse, and this is, I mean, it's Secret Wars, so it's going to be another multiverse story. I don't know. I'm slightly concerned because this is Doomsday. It's not even Secret Wars, right? Like,
this is the one that leads to, right?
This is the one that leads to. So all of the multiverse shenanigans are going to start happening before we even get to Secret Wars. I don't know, man. Do you think they're like Crisis on Infinite Earths, like the Marvel universe?
I've seen that comparison drawn a little bit.
Like, I almost feel like they're pulling a Crisis here, and then they're gonna pick and choose who they want to keep as their main, or whatever they call the timeline now, the sacred timeline. You know, I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this, man. It's I don't know. I can't say I'm super excited about Doomsday, and mainly just because of Robert Downey Jr. and that whole thing, him as Doom. They're gonna have a really, 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 really good season.
Yeah,
are you okay? Are you right?
Like, I don't know. So anyway, those are my thoughts.
I'm gonna get crucified for this, but it feels like a really star-studded, packed roster of B-level actors. Yes,
you're right. You are gonna get crucified for that. You're not wrong, but
and characters, maybe not actors, but characters too. Well, not characters, actors. This isn't their prime lineup, right? Which is probably why I think everyone's like, it's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm excited. People are noticeably absent. There's room for surprises here. There's so much more to bring
for sure going to be. And I have a feeling there's a lot of people that just haven't been signed yet. And that's why they haven't been able to announce them, right?
Like, it was fun and a surprise when they did it in Deadpool and Wolverine, and you're like, oh shit, all these characters are coming in, and now they're just advertising it like a year in advance.
Right. So but the key difference is they did that in the film, right? Like, I think you saw like one or two cameos in the trailers and stuff, but most of the cameos you didn't know were happening until you watched the film.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
This time they have a whole goddamn set with director's chair lined up with all of these people lined up and talking about it. But there's like conspicuous by their absence. No Mark Ruffalo, no Tom Holland, no Benedict Cumberbatch, no Jeremy Renner, no Samuel Jackson, no Don Cheadle, no Hugh Jackman, no Brie Larson. No, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that have kind of got them to this point that are completely absent from it that you're just like, are you honestly not going to have Spider-Man in this? Like, what are you doing?
They're keeping their best surprises secret still.
Yeah, maybe.
In my opinion, right?
Sure.
We'll show you that
why you bother making this huge cast list if it's going to be like, oh, but hey, there's still going to be all these other, like, how many fucking people are going to be in this movie? Like 87?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
I think that, and that's kind of the problem that Marvel is experiencing right now, is that they just have so many fucking characters in the MCU right now. Right. So I think that's why they're kind of doing this whole Doomsday versus Secret Wars, right? They're going to have Doomsday first, and then they're going to have Secret War next. And don't be surprised if a lot of the characters that we're seeing in Doomsday aren't going to be the same characters that we're going to see in Secret Wars. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of go down that route, right? Like,
well, the problem is
with Infinity War and Endgame, a lot of the people that we focused on Infinity War, we didn't see a lot of in Endgame, and vice versa.
Right. The problem there is you had two previous Avengers movies to bring the teams together to give you that, and you didn't have that this time. You didn't get an Avengers or an Age of Ultron. They're just skipping right to Infinity War and Endgame. And all they've given you for lead up and build up is seemingly barely or unconnected movies and TV shows.
That's a good point. Like, who even are the
Avengers two movies that brings you into that overall narrative and gets to see that ensemble cast all working together? You're not really getting that. You're getting all these disparate things that have come out that seemingly don't line up, and you're just like, now you're gonna like mash them all together. And now you're also going to take like Fox X-Men and you're going to somehow mix them into the soup. And was that the original plan, or is that just because of the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, or like, is this finally like, it looked like you guys saw Deadpool and Wolverine, right? You remember the post-credit scene when they're showing all the behind the scenes stuff of all the Fox films that they like, that seemed like the swan song. Like that was their way of saying like, this was great. We had this, goodbye. And now they're like, psych. And they're bringing in all these Fox X-Men. Makes zero sense. Like, are we literally, is it going to be like the first 10 minutes of the movie we see them fighting for the universe and it collapsed and then they're just not in the rest of it? Like, is that what it's going to be?
Yeah, could be.
You know what I mean?
It's going to make one hell of a meetup, though.
It is.
That's what I'm thinking.
100%.
Yeah.
So many new cosplays.
Oh my God. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who's a variant and who's not, like who's meant to be from those two particular universes and who they're just going to say, well, this guy is from universe 836, where, I don't know, Hawkeye is a fish or whatever. I don't know, like whatever it's going to be, right? Like it'll be interesting to see. Are they doing the Mutant Saga after Secret Wars? Again, that's the rumor, but I don't know.
Well, I have a feeling they may do well, I can't, I was going to say, I have a feeling they may do a House of M, but I guess they kind of did that already with WandaVision and what was the name of the other movie? The Doctor Strange
in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, the Multiverse of Messness. Anyway,
don't beat around the bush. Tell us how you really feel. Yeah, from what everybody's been talking about, it looks like they're going to pivot and try to feature the X-Men after Secret War. Like that's the new, like Secret Wars is supposed to be the end of the multiverse saga, and then ideally launching into the X-Men as far as that goes. But I mean, obviously they're not going to, troll out the shambling corpse of Patrick Stewart for the next 20 years. Like the gentleman's in his 80s. He's getting up there. Like they're going to have to do some recasting for these roles, right? So maybe that's part and parcel of what this is supposed to be too, is a bit of a handing of the torch to whoever the new kids are going to be.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and there were some reactions yesterday not knowing who the chairs were, which means some of the Marvel audience doesn't know the old movies. True, but again, if we point back to Deadpool and Wolverine, I feel like, or No Way Home, right? Like I feel like they're still in regardless, right? Like they get it on a certain level that they're seeing something special, even if they're not super familiar with that particular character.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine was the perfect example where I'm in there and I'm completely nerding out and screaming, "Oh my God, it's oh my God, is it? Oh my God, is it?" And I know people don't understand half of what's going on or why I'm screaming like a little fangirl, but everybody was still enjoying the movie. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you don't have to necessarily, if they do it right, you don't have to necessarily understand every single little tidbit to still be able to enjoy what's going on and understand that. Yeah, there's an importance to this, even if I don't necessarily get it, right? Do you want to go through the lists? Do you want to take a minute and go through? No? Okay.
No.
We have a whole year, over a year to go before this comes out.
They're literally just starting filming. And by the way, of course, I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but it ends with, so they go down the whole row once they finally revealed everybody and who's sitting in the last chair, but RDJ, and he kind of like does this or whatever. Now, since then, an article has come out and said there are more casts to be added. So will that be some of the people that we talked about that are in absentia from this initial list? I would have to assume so.
Likely.
Stay tuned. Or maybe they'll be smart and they'll save it for the movie and you'll get to watch it as it happens. Or like if you know what? Never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
I think we can safely say that Taskmaster not being on this list is probably not going to be in the movie. We were talking about it a little bit before that we went on the air, but like, come on, you have all of the Thunderbolts but Taskmaster. And then in the trailer, you literally have Taskmaster on the trailer for like
such a weird reveal.
1 second scene, and then you don't see Taskmaster again. So yeah.
Why would you ever the movie hasn't even come out yet. Let's list all the cast from Thunderbolts except that one dude. That's that person.
Yeah.
Not a chair.
So
maybe it'll be announced later.
Yeah,
maybe they're not
clearly dying in Thunderbolts. But
I guess they just released a new trailer, and there's a shot in the new trailer that's very similar to a shot in the old, like it's the same shot, but they've actually moved the shot over to take Taskmaster out of the one shot she was in the first place. Yeah, it's a scene in what was the old Avengers Tower, which is where they're based now. I think they're calling it the Watchtower now, which hi, why don't we just rip off the Justice League while we're at it? But yeah, the new shot is the exact same shot. They've just cropped it so Taskmaster isn't in it anymore. I don't know what that actress did, Olga Kurylenko, I think her name is, to piss them off so much. But
I was going to say she clearly pissed off somebody high up.
Somebody,
she's gonna have a very violent death.
And soonish in that film for sure. So.
Did you want to go through some of these pieces of news? I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I didn't realize there was this much stuff that happened this week, but now that I'm reading, I'm realizing, oh yeah, that's right. I know about all of this. But
I mean, I want to try to dedicate as much time as we can to Toronto Game Expo. We're already 20 minutes in, and we haven't really started talking about it yet. And we want to talk about all the different guests, and we want to talk about the cosplay guests, and we want to talk about the different activities and such.
Let's keep the rest for next week. We'd always talk about it next week.
Yeah. The news ain't going anywhere, kids. It's going to be here. But I think that means it's time for a different kind of news.
It sure is.
It's time for the community news.
Community news.
This never gets old. I hope people can still hear us.
It should make me laugh every time. We've been doing it for weeks now, and every time it kills me.
People can still hear us. I'm assuming our audio issues have been resolved. I hope.
I think so.
Now that you've said it.
Yeah. Now that I've said it, nobody's commenting that they can't hear us. So yeah, there we go. Community news.
This week in community news, finally, it is here. The spring edition of Toronto Game Expo, proudly supported by GameStop. And with and with us this week, obviously, Queen Harleen. She's here to tell us all about it. Queen Harleen, first question for you to start this off. What's new this year that we didn't have last year?
Well, that's an easy one. A second day. It was the next natural progression to grow the show. So we are 2 days. The other, obviously, special edition is the after party. And just before we get started, I want to say a quick hello to everyone who came out to support tonight. I see a lot of our guests in the chat and friends, and it's nice to see. So,
yes, awesome, everybody. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah,
where do we want to go first?
The first time
2 days.
We go to 2 days. Do we have any updates on like ticket sales or anything like that yet? Or
ticket sales have been through the roof. We are out of vendor tables. We are out of artist tables. We are definitely fully packed. Next show, we're going to be expanding into a different location. We'll talk about that another time.
Ooh.
And yes, I see Bunny's comment, woohoo, 2 days of TG and after party. Well, you know it. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. It also gives people more time to truly be able to come in, spend time with their friends and see the show. Because with 1 day, you know, you're in and you're like, oh, I didn't even go shopping. Oh, I missed this. You know, you're having so much fun seeing the community and seeing people that you know, that I think 2 days for right now is perfect timing. So it's really exciting to see the show grow. It is a piece of me. It's part of me. It's close to my heart. I love this show, and seeing it grow has been beautiful.
And it gives people an opportunity too to, if they can't make it, like some people work on the Saturday, or some people have something on the Sunday. Like, it gives people an opportunity to still get to the show, even if it's just for the 1 day. Now that there's 2 days, I think that's really important for people out there. Like, especially a lot of the younger kids, they work weekends, man. Like they have those kind of jobs where they got to work weekends and evenings and such. So it gives them an opportunity to maybe get there on a day that, if it was only the 1 day on the Saturday, maybe they work on Saturday, they can't go. Oh no, it's Sunday too. Killer. Now I can actually go on the Sunday. I can get a ticket for that day, because I'm assuming you've got single day tickets as well as 2 day tickets too. Yeah, Harleen?
For sure. People can go, and we've actually experienced that with a couple of vendors as well. They're like, okay, I'm going to get my 2 days, but I'm just there for one. So there's a couple of vendors that are actually even just sharing. Yeah. And so it's going to be wonderful for people to be able to have that accessibility, to be able to come to the show when they want, make time for it. We have extended hours on a Saturday. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people.
Can you talk a little bit about the hours then, Megan? I'm curious, because I know on the website, I think it says 11, but then there's like VIP and like super VIP. So how does that work as far as getting into the place goes?
Super VIP is going to be popping in around 9:45. We've got VIP happening at 10 a.m. We've got general entry at 11. We are going to go until 7, and then we're going to go right over to the venue to start the after party. You know it. And then on Sunday, we've got shorter hours wrapping up at 4. So I'm just trying to also read what everyone's writing here. I see you guys.
People are clearly excited for this show.
More time to explore the vendors. It sure does. Talk to the community that we love. Thank you. Congratulations on the growth. Well, thank you. Yes, it's been awesome to see Midlife. Hey, what's up? Sounds like it's going to be an epic weekend. Yes, it is. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's so much going on. And this time, another special edition are the voice actors and Matt being a movie actor. So that's going to be really exciting. And that sort of takes us into what you guys are going to be doing, which I think is your first ever live podcast. So that's going to be exciting too. I know you've got some kind words from some of the people who are going to be guesting.
Yeah, this is it's
later on.
Is that sarcasm?
Kind word.
Yeah.
Oh, these geeks. Ugh.
We've never done this live, right? So we've never done a podcast with a live audience. Which reminds me, I have to figure out a way to record the podcast. So I'll leave it up to the guy with the audio system and the tech geek to figure out how we can record it, because we need to be able to record the audio from our mics, because the audio from the room might not be good enough to be able to actually put on the podcast platform. But yeah, we're going to record 2 episodes. We're live at Toronto Game Expo. I don't know when they're going to air. Every once in a while, we have these weeks where, things happen and we have to, not have a podcast that week. Well, we'll have some of these as pre-recorded podcasts that we'll be able to air for those weeks.
Sorry to ask you a question. Yeah, where is it? So you're at the Queen Elizabeth building at the CNE. So
correct.
Exhibition Place is a really great spot for this because there's ample parking. It's out of the way, being able to, get to it right off of the highway. TTC is not an issue for people. And it also, if you come late, there's a place for the lineup. You're not stuck in traffic or anything like that. So I think it's a really great spot. And also it leads us right into Hotel X, where the after party is. So everything's in the same clump. It's a 6-minute walk. There's also a shuttle if you're staying at the hotel. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Or there's they'll validate up to 3 hours of underground parking for party goers. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that will be great.
Yeah, and it's like less than
the podcast on Saturday. That's a good question. What time are we?
Well, we're going to get to the schedule, I think.
Okay, there we
go.
We're
really
going to
soon.
get to the schedule. Yeah.
Did you want to go into the voice actors that are coming first?
Yeah, why don't you bring up the guests on screen, JS?
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Give me one quick second here. Let me bring these up here. There we go. So we got John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem. Stephanie Panicello. Stephanie is the voice of Claire Redfield in the reboot Resident Evil games. She's also in Genshin Impact now. I don't play Genshin Impact, so I don't know the character, but from my understanding, she does a couple of different characters in Genshin Impact. Of course, our buddy, Mr. Matthew Taylor. He's been on the podcast a couple times as well. He's going to be at the show. Mr. Frederick B. Owens, and might as well mention the TMNT Collector. They seem to be doing the rounds together. And those guys, man, they've been real active on the con circuit in the last year or two. So it'll be nice to see them at London Comic Con. Actually, London Comic Con, Toronto Game Expo. What's the other one we saw them at? They're everywhere. These two guys, they're freaking everywhere.
Yeah, there was another show. I don't remember, but yeah,
I forget what the other show was, but these guys are freaking everywhere. So make sure you come and check them out. Reed Shannon.
Just to kind of inform with Frederick, he voiced our commercial, which is currently playing in GameStops.
That's right.
That's right.
He does have that voice. There's no question there.
Yeah. Reed Shannon. I don't know again the name of his character, but he's a voice on Arcane.
Echo.
Oh, he's Echo. That's what
Echo
is.
on Arcane. Yeah.
Echo on Arcane. Of course,
those losers.
Your geeks are going to be there doing a panel, doing a live podcast, like I mentioned earlier. The hacks. What's that? Yeah, we're going to be doing 2. We'll get to the schedule in a minute.
So long as the first one goes well.
Well, yeah, assuming we don't get booed off the stage.
Bye.
The Hacksmith gaming truck is going to be there, so make sure you come and check that out. If you haven't seen any of the videos on this thing, go check it out. It's pretty freaking dope, actually. And Alien Princess, I don't know who Alien Princess is. Megan, can you tell us a little bit about?
She's a cosplayer who has a lot of fun, going around doing some contests with people. And we have some other people too who are, just sort of TikTokers that are also cosplayers that are going to come and have some fun, go around and talk to people and offer different contests, like raffles.
Nice. Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Very
shall
cool.
we get into the cosplay guests and then get into the schedule?
Hell yeah.
We totally can.
Yeah.
We totally can. Actually, before we get into the cosplay guests, the guests that we're actually going to be, should we talk about that, or should we talk about that when we do the schedule? Maybe we'll talk about that when we do the
We'll go
schedule.
for the schedule.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's look at the plot cosplay guests first.
Do you want to do the schedule now?
Well,
He's
no,
itching
I
to
was
do the
just gonna
schedule. I
mention,
got
Now
the
you can tell,
schedule.
eh?
I was just going to mention who we were going to be interviewing on our podcast. So while we were there, but we'll talk about those and play
When
a
we get to
little
the
bit
schedule, you mean?
clip when we get to the schedule. Yes.
Okay, so the schedule is hot tonight. I have the schedule here. If you brought up the cosplay guests. Okay, let's do the schedule. Let's talk cosplay guests.
Welcome to the podcast, Megan. Welcome back to the podcast, Megan.
I see the comments over here. We love to see cosplayer representation. Well, we sure do. So one of our guests, who is also one of your fans here, you can talk about if you want to do Freakish Workshop. So he's going to be doing an amazing job. And he's also, I don't want to jump over to schedule, but I'm going to. He's going to also be doing a panel. So we'll get to that when we get to the schedule. But that's going to be really interesting for people. It's about foam building, foam smithing. And sorry, do you want to make that, bring it up a little bit? Do you want to click on them? Can you click on them so people can see their little caption?
Oh, there is no clicking. There's nothing under Noah.
When you scroll over it?
Yeah, there's nothing
If
under
you
Noah.
scroll over to the next person. So that's Torva. And she was one of our winners last year in the Cosplay Stars contest. So it's going to be amazing to be able to welcome her as a guest. She has a really great cosplay. I can't remember what award she won, but everything turned out really amazing. We've got Christian I can't remember his last name.
Yeah,
probably says it for you, Pereira.
Yeah.
Yes. So he does a lot of amazing cosplays. His photography looks great online. It's going to be exciting to have him there as well. Kaozi, you've probably, if you were at Comic-Con, just saw Kaozi there as a group. Really great cosplayer. Awesome wig design too, I believe they are. And you usually see them alongside Shell Creates. And Shell Creates, again, I believe they did a beautiful wig panel there. It's going to be great to have these awesome cosplayers. And they're also going to be sitting beside each other, which is great because I think that they work really well together. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be wearing. Go ahead.
They were part of that super group snack box, I think is what they call it, right? Yeah. And Kiyoshi there is the one time we entered that cosplay contest. She's the one that kicked our ass.
She was Jinx.
She was Jinx, yeah, and she's doing Jinx on Saturday, I believe, which is cool because her Jinx is awesome.
Jinx is awesome.
And I want to get a better look at her, like the gun. So excited about that. Carry on.
Yes, and Antenna Cosplays.
Whoops.
Who let him? Who let him?
Antenna Cosplays, really sweet and authentic. I met them at Comic-Con, but we've been talking online before that, and they're also going to be doing really interesting panels. So I'm excited to see that as well. And Concussion Cosplay, he's going to be tabling with his friend who is producing a cosplay magazine about behind the cosplay, getting to know the cosplayer. And they're also going to be offering one of these books as one of the prizes to add on to the Cosplay Stars prizes. So that's going to be exciting to see too. It's a really beautiful book.
Very cool. And Concussion, I mean, we know Concussion quite well. He was featured last year at Toronto Comic-Con. He won, or he was one of the winners of the Masters of Cosplay. So he got to also display some of his props for the prop competition 2 years ago at Fan Expo. Yeah, I mean, this lineup of cosplay is pretty dope this year. Holy cow.
And we haven't even gotten to the end.
I know.
Myers Club Cosplay, who I believe is here tonight, definitely one of your loyal fans, and podcaster himself. He's going to be coming in, also doing a panel alongside Freakish, so that's going to be exciting as well.
Make sure you ask him about the Dark Knight. Don't let him get away with. Don't let him get away with just bypassing that question. Make sure you get to ask him about the Dark. So I'm talking about patrons. As you go up to talk about his cosplay, make sure you ask him about his opinion of the Dark Knight, and it will shatter your image of that guy. Love you, Mike. Love you, buddy.
The question should be, why do you think Dark Knight is the worst Batman movie of all time? Yeah.
No, your question should be, why do you
think superhero movie of all time?
The Dark Knight movie is the best comic book movie of all time, and it just watches head explode. So, yeah. Sorry, Megan. Go ahead.
No worries. Adam Corky, he is going to be a podcast guest. His podcast is Do You Watch Anime? He's also going to be doing a live podcast on stage interviewing Reed Shannon from Arcane. So that's going to be exciting to see as well. He has one other part in the show by popular request coming back this year to do trivia alongside with Moon and Reed. So that's going to be fun as well. There's some great prizes again for the trivia, and it was a lot of fun last year. A lot of people enjoyed it.
It was a big hit last year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Saphira, who you've had on here recently, Saphira Cosplay, really interesting designs. I love the Barbie crossover. I love Saphira's work. Saphira was in here. I'm not sure if they still are, but yeah, beautiful work, and it demonstrates something different, and also it helps, just promote sort of a different style of cosplay and women in building. And Lychee Moon. So Lychee was there last year when her partner was a guest, and she's going to be guesting this year. Again, great cosplayer and one of our winners of Cosplay Stars last year. I can't remember what prize it was, but their work is wonderful. And special guest that we've all been waiting to meet, who I met at another show, Leonidas, the cosplay cat. And Leonidas has been great with, posting different wardrobe for what's upcoming at the show. Leonidas goes to many different shows. I've met them. They're very kind. They'll always take a picture with you. They'll enjoy snack time and do a few cosplay changes throughout. So that will be exciting. Can't wait to meet the cat.
I just want to point out that this cat, that looks like a normal cat. I don't think this cat has superpowers or anything. Has more followers on social media than all of the Geeks & Co. combined, including the Geeks & Co. page. I just want to point that out.
I want to tell
really put things in perspective, right?
Yeah. Quick little story about Lychee Moon, by the way, too. So she was at, I think it was CK Expo. I was hosting a cosplay contest at CK Expo. I think it was last year. And her cosplay, she was cosplaying Bowser, which was already fantastic. Her cosplay was great. But she had a little piano, like a really small piano that worked, like a grand piano style, sorry. And she had a little stool, and she came up and she played the piano, and she sang Peaches, Peaches, Peaches from the Super Mario Brothers movie. And it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. And I think she won in that category too, because of that. Not just the cosplay itself, which was amazing, but her presentation was so good and so original. I was like, that to me, that's where I love the craftsmanship and make sure your seams are straight and all that. But when they get creative like that and they're really able to express it because it's such a performance art at the end of the day, that stuff I love. So yeah, big shout out to Lychee Moon that from that one in particular. Go up and talk to her. She's a wonderful human being and a great, great cosplayer. So the Geeks & Co. fan club con. Come on, there's only like a couple.
Before we get on
that's unfair.
Before we get on to the ever so exciting schedule, which I am passionate about, it's something that we brought back this year and really changed up. I did want to mention some very, very special guests this year. The community booth, Capes and Chaos. This was organized by Tiffany Little. It's a charity type of event where they're going to go to a lot of different shows and be able to raise money for mental health and wellness. And so that's exciting. Another thing that they're doing is being able to give a way to be able to involve more cosplayers in shows. So they're going to be coming in huge waves and shifts. It's a way for if a cosplayer wants to table at a show, but maybe the tables were gone, or maybe it just wasn't a fit for them that year. They're able to come in, table with Capes and Chaos, have some fun, keep the booth busy, and then go from there. Excuse me. And so I'm really excited to have this community booth. It's new, and I'm loving watching it grow. It's also going to have a couple of exciting meetups as well. So
yeah,
sure.
I mean,
I was gonna say this group, like they have, so we just went through a dozen or so of the cosplay guests, but Capes and Chaos are bringing another 15 awesome, amazing cosplayers to the show. So
yeah, and there's a lot of people, and to go with what Megan was saying, there's a lot of people that don't necessarily get the opportunity to guest at shows and people at shows or whatnot, and that's what these guys are bringing, right? They're bringing in these cosplays and or this cosplayers, I should say, that maybe otherwise wouldn't have that opportunity. So this is awesome. I mean, we need more of this type of stuff, and we tried to do a little bit of that, in past years. And the coordination can sometimes be tough, but hey, the more of this, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
The group was also organized by Sam Funhouse, who unfortunately won't be able to make it out to this event, but they're doing a great job promoting. It was initially powered by London Comic Con, and Sam has just donated like a wheel for Toronto Game Expo, and so it's a group effort, and it really focuses on inclusion and the different layers of cosplay, like what you were saying. There's amazing cosplayers there, like some of them here tonight, like Bunny Bao, and so I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you're going to have to keep the tunes going so they can boogie all day.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, no worries there. There'll definitely be tunes going the whole time.
All right, shall we talk about the schedule? No, we shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get so if you guys go to the Toronto Game Expo website and you go to the guests page, there's the whole panelist lists of different people that are doing panels. There's people doing panels. Well, we're going to be talking about them when we go through the schedule. Because there's a lot of people that are doing panels that aren't necessarily guests. Like, for example, our buddy Richard, Midlife Crisis, he's going to have a panel at Toronto Game Expo, but he's not an actual guest this year. So there's going to be a lot more people than just the guests that you're seeing. I'm trying to bring the schedule
for sure, and that was totally that was on purpose on my end, because so there's 2 crossovers, but for the most part, all of the panelists are not cosplay guests because they've either previously guested, and we need to be fair by always bringing in more people, or it's something that's related to gaming and they're not a cosplayer. So we do keep our roots in gaming, and so it's nice to be able to have that variety on stage and be able to have it be all things that are relevant on stage. And so it was important this year for me to be able to include as many relevant people as possible to this show. And I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think you've done a great job with the guests and the lineup this year. Like, I'm so pumped for this.
For sure. I'm super excited about it. So are we going to hit the schedule or what? All right.
Hang on. Let me see if I can make this bigger so we can see it. There we go.
All right. So 11:30. We've got Catgirl George with Don't Thank the Heroes. And this is a gaming panel. I know they're called panels, but ideally they're sort of all speeches, but they're panels. So this is our first Kig cosplayer. And I think it's going to be really exciting to watch this performance. It's also showing the crossover between gaming and cosplay, which I love because that's the heart of the show. So some cosplayers will be in gaming and some won't, and that's fine. But I really think that there's a gap being bridged between gaming and cosplay with our show. It shows how a lot of cosplayers have been inspired by gaming. And so I'm excited to see everything about this panel. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And so we've got like half hour. It's bang, bang, bang. So there's very little space in between. We're trying to bang out as much as we can on this fabulous, huge stage. And 12 o'clock, we've got Midlife Cosplay, who's here tonight. You've seen him at all of our shows. Silicone molding. I think that's going to be fascinating. Everyone knows he has a history in like movies and film. And so I think that's going to be very exciting for people to learn more about how he transforms into these amazing characters, especially with his new one is, so popular right now with TV and gaming. I think that's going to be super cool.
Oh, his ghoul is just
right on, right?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And at 12:30, we've got the Obsessive Gamer on retro gaming. Now, he was a guest last year. He's strong in the gaming industry on YouTube. I'm sure that you've heard of him. And he's going to do everything on retro gaming, which really fits into the show because so many of our vendors, and especially our larger booths, come to sell retro consoles and retro games. So I think that that's really a nice fit. Now, at that same time, we have our first meetup of the day, and that's a D&D meetup hosted by Dungeon Master Squirrel, who will be doing a panel later with gaming. So all of the meetups are going to be left of stage at Rotide Media's booth unless otherwise announced, because we're not sure if a panel might become too large for a certain space over there, then we may put it on the stage. So you've got to check the schedule for two things going on at the same time if it's a meetup at times. And 1 o'clock, we've got EKG cosplay on a budget. This was seen at Anime North. He's a very eloquent speaker. I think people will really enjoy it. And 1:30, we've got the people of the hour, Geeks & Co. live podcast interview with Matthew G. Taylor and Stephanie Panicello. And maybe you'd like to talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, we're bringing the Geek Boutique on the road. That's right. We're going to be doing live podcasts from the show. We've said it a couple times now. We've been talking about it for weeks. Hopefully you guys are there to come and check it out. We're going to have, a microphone running around in the crowd. So you guys will still be able to interact with us and ask questions and all that stuff. But you'll actually be able to ask the questions. We're going to be interviewing Matt Taylor and Stephanie Panicello. I don't think we're going to be doing this new format of podcast that we've been doing. So we're not going to do the news, and we're not going to do the community news. And we're not going to do any of those because we're not 100% sure when these episodes are going to air. So they will be more of an interview / Q&A style. And maybe, we should bring up some of these. Well, let's bring up a video. We've got a video for Matt and we've got a video for Stephanie. So let's bring up Stephanie and hear what Stephanie has to say about Toronto Game Expo. Oh, hang on. We can't hear it.
And guess what?
Let me restart it. There we go.
Stephanie Panicello here. And guess what? I'm going to be in your neighborhood March 29th and March 30th for the Toronto Game Expo. Woo woo! I'm super, super stoked. Now, this will be my first Game Expo over in Toronto. So I'm excited to see how that is. I already have a lot of love for Toronto. I think it's one of the best cities ever. You guys got all the most delicious food and so walkable. Although it's going to be a little bit cold, but I'm still going to go for some walks over there. Now, for those of you guys who are like, wait a minute, she sounds so familiar. How do I know her? She looks super familiar. Well, if you're a big fan of Resident Evil, hi there, I'm Claire Redfield in Resident Evil 2 Remake, Infinite Darkness, and Death Island. If you're a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, since we're going to stay on this horror theme, if you love Maria Flores, hola. If you're also a fan of Genshin Impact and you love Mama Bird, also known as Cloud Retainer or Shenyun these days, hello, one will be there soon. And if you're a fan of, Vora from Paladins or Trials of Mana or maybe Marvel's What If, hi there, I'm Betty Ross. Now, I think you kind of get the picture here. Now, I will be there. I will be doing photo ops. I will be doing my infamous selfie experience. I will have panels, meet and greets, autographs. So bring all of your goods. If you have a game, if you have a figurine, if you want to grab a couple stuff from me, I will have stuff there as well for you guys, okay? So again, March 29th and March 30th. And for those of you guys that haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can go on their Instagram page. You can check out all the information there, or go to torontogameexpo.ca and you can check out all the information right there. All right, you guys, I'm super excited to see you all. I can't wait. March 29th and March 30th. Mwah! See you soon, Toronto. Bye.
Okay, she seems like a lot of fun, and I would suggest for people that maybe are a fan of her work in the various things, maybe we can, when we got her on stage, I'm gonna maybe put her on the spot a little bit. Maybe we can get her to feed us a couple of lines, maybe from one of her more popular characters that we could, because she's obviously an accomplished voice actress. Just some of those things that she was talking about, wild that she's got that kind of a resume. So I'm very much looking forward to talking to her.
Yeah, she's Betty Ross in What If.
I didn't. So
yeah, because I thought they were all the original actors that were doing the voices in What If.
Some were and some were sound-alikes, and yeah, she was obviously sound-alike. So
well, there you go.
Might have been tough to get Liv Tyler to come in as Betty Ross for What If. So I get it, but no, she seems fantastic. I can't wait to talk to her. That's going to be amazing.
And our buddy Matt Taylor,
our boy,
is going to be at the show. So let's bring up Matt here and see what Matt had to say.
Bonjour, hola, everyone. Matthew G. Taylor. Guess where I'm going to be? End of the month, March 29th and 30th. Exhibition Place at the Queen Elizabeth Building for the Toronto Game Expo. That's right. Guess who's going to be there? That guy. Nemesis. Looking forward to meeting y'all. Bring it back up here. Looking forward to meeting y'all March 29th and 30th in Toronto, the T-Dot.
That's steely glaze. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Matt Taylor.
Is it hot? It's warm in here? Is this just me?
Boy from here in the GTA.
I tell you what.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time.
Gets me every time.
Bring it up here.
Bring it up here.
It's a lot of fun having the structure where you're going to be doing two guests at the same time on your live podcast. I think that's going to be fun because they're guests who have something in common. Like there's a connection there. They're both part of Nemesis. So I think that's going to be really interesting also too to see your guests interact.
Absolutely. For sure.
And during the same time, there's going to be a Capes and Chaos gaming meetup, but it's going to be at their booth. So it'll be far away from your show for anyone who pops in because they're going to be doing more than one.
Well, their booth is going to be just on the other side of the stage, isn't it?
Well, yes, but it won't disrupt your show.
No, but they won't be far. They'll be right there, right? So if you want to go check out the meetup, they're going to be right there while we're doing our live on the stage. So you won't be very, very far for that.
Yes, so that will be awesome. And then at 2:30, see, the day just gets in. Right after your show is Freakish Workshop and Myers Corp Cosplay doing their EVA foam building workshop. So not a workshop, sorry, it's a panel. They're going to be explaining everything to do about building. So that's going to be awesome. They're doing it together. I think people are really going to enjoy it. Yeah, those two guys have a good dynamic. Every once in a while they get together on live and just craft together and talk shop, and they work well together. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, our stage is just like packed with gold this year. I think it's great. Right after that, 3:00, Antenna Cosplays about the importance of representation. And Freakish and Myers are the only people who are cosplay guests as well as panelists. I think that, everyone's bringing something to the table. Antenna Cosplay is talking about something that's super relevant about ability. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to people. And then at the same time, we have, maybe you would like to say what it is at 3:00.
Can we have a drum roll?
I mean, we can. I don't have an actual drum roll sound effect. I've got one of these.
In reactions? Come on, that's terrible. Oh, we do have a clap or a cheer. Yeah. Oh no, hold on.
No, there you go. That's not the drum roll, but
no, that's not it either.
We're
You shot.
G the first.
Rob, I think this just probably falls to you because this is your baby. So what's happening at 3:00?
What is happening at 3:00? Oh boy, it's going to be the first Game of Thrones meetup featuring the new Iron Throne that Jeff challenged me to build late December.
Challenge. I think my exact words were, "There's no fucking way you can have this built by March," and you were like, "Hold my beer."
I think that's.
I was just gonna say that was literally a hold my beer moment. Was it?
It was done by the end of January or mid-February, but
crazy town.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys,
I'm
it's going to be
excited.
like the first official meetup with the Iron Throne, and this is a prop that we plan on featuring at any show that we're sort of going to be going to moving forward. So if it's possible to bring it, and you can see it there, like just Rob has done such an amazing job putting this together with JS's help on the paint side too, and just I've physically seen it now. I went out and visited them a few weeks ago, and I wasn't prepared, to be brutally honest with you. I'd seen all the pictures and the videos, and I was not ready for how accurate it looks, how big it is. Just it's absolutely insane. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. And by the way, you don't need a Game of Thrones cosplay to interact with it. I mean, these guys are going to be in their Predators on Saturday. Can you imagine a Predator sitting in the Iron Throne? Imagine whatever your cool ass favorite cosplay is sitting in the Iron. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's going to look dope sitting in that chair.
That's
so
true.
The big meetup is going to be at 3:00. So yeah, come on down. But I mean, it's going to be there all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So you don't have to wait till 3:00, but if you have a Game of Thrones cosplay and you're going to be showing up that day, like I'm going to be there as Daemon Targaryen both days. Come by at 3:00 and get some cool ass shots with a bunch of other Game of Thrones cosplayers for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. The weathering's beautiful on the chair.
Yeah, I think the sheer size is like when you see it and you see how big it is what's impressive. You know, everybody calls it a chair, but believe me, once they've seen it and sat in it, they're not going to call it a chair anymore.
It's a throne.
As a matter of fact, it's so big. If I fully sit into it, my feet are dangling off the chair. It's so big. And I'm 6'1", right? Like it's massive. Most people are just going to be sitting on the edge of the chair. Because it's that big.
It's thrown.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll Bunny Bale says size does in fact matter here. I mean, it does. I mean, the sheer, like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's taller than our backdrop, which is a little bit problematic.
Yes, that's when I set it up to take some promo shots, I was like, crap, it goes about 6 inches higher than the backdrop. So
the backdrop's
put
only
the backdrop
high.
on like some pieces of wood.
It'll be fine.
So yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. And we're honored to be the first. And to follow up with Bunny, you never forget your first. And we're so excited because it was going to be a different show, I guess. But yeah, that's amazing that we're going to be able to really just demo this for you.
That reminds me something about this show.
Someone's dropping some Rocky Horror. Lovely. Excellent. Yeah.
Game Expo, apparently you have a coat check.
Oh yes,
which I thought was exciting.
We have a wonderful coat check, and we're so excited to be able to offer it again. And at 3:30, we're offering another fun, exciting meetup for the Arcane meetup hosted by Cottage Cosplay. That is going to be again left of stage, but I'm concerned that one might be a little more full because there's so many Arcane cosplayers. So we may put that on the stage just to give more space, so to keep the flow of traffic in the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let us know. We're happy to announce it wherever you want to put it. So
So we'll have
considering there's nothing happening from 3 to 4 or from 3:30 to 4:30, I should say. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, so I think that's going to be a big one. And again, with all of the meetups, if the voice actor applies, like say Stephanie, or for this one, Reed, we're going to get them over there for the group picture, and then let them go back to their space, and then branch off like all the jinx. You know how we do meetups, like all the jinx, all the villains, all the do all that after getting the group picture with them. And let them go on. So I made a structure today of meetups, and the people that are hosting them have an understanding of my suggested structure so that we can get the voice actors back out of the crowd, because they don't want to do a bunch of pictures of just with one person and two people. That's what they're there for, to charge. That's their business. So we want to get them back out. So then at 4:30, exciting. This is our round 3 with Cosplay Stars. This is again going to be hosted by the judges Cosplay for a Cause. They've been wonderful. We're having trophies again this year, and the same structure. We have cash prizes of $100, $75, and $50, as well as some donations from Claw Me Baby for Stephanie for some smaller prizes. We are having, again, all the same categories, but we're also going to reintroduce Catwalk. That is not something that's being judged, just for people to just come up on stage, show off their cosplay, fashion show style. So I think that's always a lot of fun to have it be inclusive. as well. Cosplay for a Cause has been great. Again, you do not fill out their form online. You can bring it with you filled out if you want, but it's not very long. They're going to have physical copies there, and then you fill them out there. They prefer that to the online style. However, you can go onto our website or onto our Instagram page and just check out their rules, how their build book expectations are, and what the different categories are if you choose, or you can just show up the day of and have some fun. So that will pretty
Yeah.
like go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to apply online ahead of time, guys, do that. It makes it a lot easier for these guys to manage and coordinate and schedule and, make sure they get you in the proper times for the prejudging, et cetera, right? So if you're intending on participating in the cosplay contest, don't be afraid to apply ahead of time. You can wait till the day of, but I would suggest not to.
They're allowing people to print off the form and bring it with them, but they're not accepting online submissions.
Oh, I see what you mean. So you have to print the form online and then bring it with you.
Yeah, they're paper pen people, and
Okay.
so that they would like to do it like that, and they find that that's what works best for them.
Okay.
And so I'm not gonna argue with it. It's their thing, and I'm excited that there's people who have come in to really take that over and be able to judge it and know what they're doing. So that's great, and we thank them. That's going to take us right into closing, where if you were choosing to go over to the after party, you're going to go over to the Valerie at Hotel X. This is a free complimentary experience to come in and, buy yourself something to eat with your friends, buy yourself a drink, have a seat, or there's standing room on 2 floors. Best view of the city, beautiful view. If you want to bring your cosplay over, or if you still have pieces of it, it's a great venue for photography. And if not, you can change, like I'm going to change and just chill and relax. You can put on your street clothes and just have some fun. There's live music. This is just a casual get together. Thank you to be able to hang out with friends, make some new ones, have a bite to eat, or have a drink or both, and not have to worry about parking again, unless you're just very short parking if you're driving. And yeah, just be able to enjoy the view and chill out and talk to people after the show.
Now, I think you said some of the guests are going to be there as well.
Yeah, all of the guests are going to be either coming in and having something to eat or hanging out for a while. So we're going to have the voice guests, actor guests. We're going to have, looks like a lot more people than I had anticipated. And so that's lovely.
Good.
There's a lot of space on the 2 floors for people to be able to just hang out and look at the gorgeous view. Like that's a selling point to me. When you look out and you can see everything, it's like you're in a plane. It's such a beautiful spot. And yeah, I hope that everyone enjoys themselves. But I think where there's, good people doing good things, you're always going to be having fun no matter where you are and what the music is. If you're with people that you can sort of vibe with, then you're having fun wherever you are. So I hope that everyone has a great time. And that will take us from the party right into the next day. So Sunday Fun Day, our second day, the first time we're ever doing this. 11:30, we've got Weezus and his assistant, Mike Spamming, doing speed running. So this is very relevant to our show because it's a gaming panel. Weezus is a YouTuber, and I think it's going to be very interesting for him to just talk about his passion with, speed running and gaming. It's very interesting stuff. I don't understand all of it, but I'm anxious to learn more. So that'll be great for some of our gaming fans coming to our gaming show. And at the same time, we're going to have a Genshin Impact meetup hosted by Moonspell X Cosplay, featuring special guest Stephanie. That's going to be left of stage. So Stephanie's going to pop in for a Genshin Impact picture with the full group and then head back to her table. And then the Genshin Impact cosplayers will break off and do, meetup style photos. So I think that will be a really popular one as well. And 12 o'clock, what have we got?
Hey, look at that.
Hey.
Another Geeks & Co. live podcast. That's right. We're doing a second live audience podcast for the second time only.
Nerd.
This time we're interviewing Mr. Frederick B. Owens and, of course, John St. John. It's funny. We've been, like I was saying earlier, we've been in a lot of cons with Frederick B. Owens, but we've never really had a chance to sit down with him and chat. So It'll be nice to actually get to know him a little bit better. John St. John, I've never actually met. I know the voice clearly, but I've never actually met the man. So it will be interesting to see what these guys have to say. Talking about what they have to say, we also have videos from Frederick B. Owens and John St. John. Actually, maybe tell a little bit of a quick story here. We were hoping to have Frederick on tonight. Unfortunately, he just couldn't make it. So that's when we were like, oh, well, maybe Frederick could record a quick video for us that we could play on the episode while he's there. And then we opened that up to all the guests and had them all send us a quick video. So let's see what Mr. Frederick B. Owens here has to say about Toronto Game Expo. Let's see here.
Unmute.
Hi, I'm Frederick B. Owens, and I do a couple of voices in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Traximus, and Leatherhead. I also do the voice of Goldie Roger for One Piece. On March 29th and 30th, I'll be appearing at the Toronto Game Expo in Toronto on Exhibition Place. We are going to have so much fun. I'll be signing autographs, taking pictures, doing goofy videos with my friends. Notice I didn't say fans because I don't do fans. I do friends. It's a difference. So that's March 29th and March 30th at the Toronto Game Expo at Exhibition Place in Toronto. I hope to see you there.
Okay, I'll pay that guy out of my pocket to do a bumper for us for the podcast, because that dude's voice is like honey poured over thunder, man. Like, he's got the best voice I've ever. Oh, Morgan Freeman, who? That dude's voice is crazy town. I can't wait to talk to that dude.
He should be the intro of our show. It should be.
We need him to do a bumper. I will literally pay cash for him to do a bumper for us. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Do you recognize him from Law and Order?
I've never watched Law and Order, so I don't know. But yeah, his voice is just crazy good.
I haven't watched it either, but I saw on his Instagram page, and yeah, he has a great voice. He's a good dude. He does a lot of great things for his community. He helps underprivileged children, I believe, with learning how to play basketball.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah, he's certainly been making the rounds, like I said earlier, at the conventions. He's been at a lot of them lately, which is fantastic. I mean, again, you know, the more people come to these conventions and do stuff, the better it is for the community, right? So, Mr. John St. John, again, like I was saying, I don't really know John St. John all that well, but let's listen to what he has to say.
It's John St. John here, inviting you to join me at my next live con appearance. It's coming up the end of this month, March 29th and 30th. I will be at Toronto Game Expo in Toronto, Canada. Yeah. Signing autographs, taking selfies with you, posing for photographs, selling some merchandise. I have some cool stuff. Look, have you ever wished you could have a Duke Nukem hoodie? Yeah, now you can. Maybe you're of a different fandom. Maybe you'd like to have the cat hoodie to look like this. Yes. I will have them with me. Want to get one? You can. Along with some other swell stuff I'll be bringing along. That's Toronto Game Expo, March 29th and 30th in Toronto, Canada. How do you get your tickets? Simple. Log on to torontogameexpo.ca and I will see you there.
Can we hire his ad guy? Because, man, alive.
I mean, right?
That brother knows how to put a promo video together. Holy. Well done, John. Well done. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him too. That's going to be a great. He's got a really good voice too. That's going to be a good one.
Hence why you guys need to figure out how to actually record this podcast properly, because I mean,
I just can't with the Toronto. Come on, man. That's genius. Love it.
Yeah, he did a really great job, and I think that all of the guests are going to have so much fun, and I'm anxious to see how they interact with each other as well, because I think Frederick's so serious in real life and John St. John is so not. I think it's going to be a fun mix. And
Tiffany's saying, can you guys get him to do a cover of the community news intro?
No, that is sacred the way it is.
Not just the and the engineer saying not just the tip.
Yeah.
So during the podcast time, we're going to have another meetup happening in a different area. So that is the Nintendo Smash Bros. Meetup hosted by EKG Cosplay Left of Stage. Now, something interesting happened a couple of days ago where KD Craft Dinner Super Mario has come on board as a supporter. So they're going to be dropping off 10,000 boxes of Super Mario Craft Dinner. So we're going to put some over by that Nintendo meetup because it makes sense. And I think that's going to be a fun mix over there for KD and for the Nintendo characters. And then at 1 o'clock, we've got Adam Corky, who's going to be doing a live podcast interview with Reed Shannon, who is Echo on Arcane. So I think that's going to be an interesting one as well. I'm excited to see what they're going to talk about. And then that's going to take us right into game time trivia with awesome prizes. Now, the trivia was so popular last year, we extended it this year for a full hour. So that's going to be exciting. It's hosted by Moonspell Cosplay, Adam Corky, and Reed. They're going to have fun sort of working off of each other again like they did last year. And it was super popular. During that time as well, we're going to have the Capes and Chaos gaming meetup at their booth. That will be their second meetup. And I think probably then they may even have some different characters on board. So if you hit it once, maybe hit it twice, and you may see some different characters.
Oh, again, you're going to see different characters. I'm pretty sure all of them are planning different cosplays each day.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's the fun of it, right? And then 2:30, we're going to have some more raffles. The raffles are super popular. And again, because we are supported by GameStop, they came on huge this year. There's some amazing, amazing prizes. So it just takes sometimes a couple of raffle tickets to go home with something huge and amazing. So I'm really excited to see all the prizes they bring this year. And then at 3 o'clock to close the show on Sunday, Bear Sailor Moon doing Wario's lip sync challenge. I love Bear Sailor Moon's performances. It's going to be so much fun. They're interactive, and the crowd participation just sort of says it all. It's going to be a specific gaming one for our show, and I'm really, really excited to see it. I love music, and I love being able to move, and so this is a great time of day for everyone to sort of come and do that.
We don't
crickets.
I'm trying not to spill any beans here, but
we're so close. We're right there. I think I know it's tough.
Oh man, it's been so tough keeping this one under wraps, but
yeah,
it's
we can't.
You better be there Sunday afternoon. I'm telling you guys, if you're coming to Game Expo, you better make sure you're there Sunday afternoon. We're just saying, it's gonna be a freaking hoot.
It's gonna be something.
I'm just saying, it's gonna be something. I'm not sure something is the right word, but it's gonna be. I think
we could probably at least say that we have a new cosplay that we're going to debut. Can we at least say that?
We've already said that. I think we've already said that. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So on Sunday, your Geeks and Co. As a group are going to be debuting a new cosplay. On Sunday. So stay tuned for Sunday. We're not telling you what it is. We're not even dropping any hints. That's all the beans we're going to spill, but it's going to be a great time. That's all we're saying.
I hope everybody's excited for this show. I know I am. This is I guess it's kind of the end of con season until the summer, I guess, until the end of the summer, really, because for us.
Whoa. We got lots. Anime North and everything.
Oh, that's right.
Geek Expo, Anime North.
Yeah. Something every weekend.
The end of your con season.
Yeah, the end of my con season for now. Although we do have May the 4th on May the 3rd this year.
May the 3rd this year.
So we've been promoting the crap out of that one as well. Make sure you guys come to London, dress up in your favorite Star Wars costumes, or don't. It doesn't matter. Come and hang out, drink some Geeks and Co beer,
and support a very worthy charity
in the land. And support Ronald McDonald House Charities. They're gonna have some raffles, cosplay karaoke, vendors.
The bingo is back. There'll be photo opportunities. I just talked to the gentleman that runs the food truck that was there last year. He's down for coming back this year. They're going to brew the same beer for us again this year, only it's going to be in a very cool black can this year. So you'll know the difference between last year's beer and this year's beer. And again, same thing, portion of all the canned beer sales are going to the charity as well. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic time, guys. We got the vendors coming back. I've already been in touch with them. Now we got a different mix of vendors this year too.
We do.
It's not just the same vendors coming back. Some of them are coming back, and then others have left, and new ones are coming in. So we're going to keep doing that year after year as well. And I'm excited for that show. I think it's going to be a really good time. And by the way, it's free comic book day that day too. So we're going to do what we did last year. We're going to head downtown and promote the event in downtown London. And maybe we'll get a chance to talk to the news people again. And then we'll be back to the venue probably at 1 o'clock. But we hit the ground running at 3. Yes, Bunny, Tall Boys. That is correct. There will be the beer itself that they brew for us are in Tall Boy cans. They will also have it on hand from
on tap
to drink from, in tap.
Yeah, so you can get it both on tap and the Tall Boys. But I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, if it's anything like the previous years, the cans are not going to last.
No,
actually, in 3 hours, we were sold out of it all last year.
Now they are making a bigger batch for us this year.
They are
up a little more than twice as much as they made last year, but. Yeah. Ideally, and by the way, we have had some people that we spoke with last year that we were thought, it'd be really cool if you come in that particular cosplay, and they weren't able to do that last year. Well, we've been in touch with them this year, and they are. So I'm not going to drop anything. No, I'm not going to spoil or drop anything yet. But I think you're going to be really impressed with some of the crazy, accurate, and amazing cosplays you're going to see at that event.
Yeah, so. There's two particularly. One being in the chat right now that I'm not going to mention, and another one that I don't think. I mean, he might be watching, but I don't think he's been commenting.
He's a lurker. Yeah. It's gonna be a good time. So make your way to London May 3rd, Saturday, May the 3rd, starting at 3 p.m. until they kick us out. If you're going to buy the beer, buy it early. The food will be great. The karaoke will be fantastic. We're doing that for the first time this year. The bingo was fun if you like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Man. Have a good time.
London Brewing Co-op. It's gonna be a great time.
Yep.
You should join us, Megan. Do you have any Star Wars cosplays?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. I have Harley Quinn Vader, and I've done a few crossovers.
A Harley Vader, really? Yeah. Like, you need to
make your way to London, Megan. Yeah. It's a fantastic event, and the majority of the proceeds go to charity for Old McDonald House. We have a great time.
I was Harley Leia last year, but I was doing a show in Barrie. But this year we moved because Barrie Game Exchange is our sister show to. I don't really love that term. There must be another term that means that, but it's our like partner show. It's the little show that they had before Toronto Game Expo, and it was happening on the same weekend. So that's why I had my May the 4th free comic book day in Barrie. But now we've changed the dates.
Yeah, so, Tiffany's dragging you there apparently. So it sounds like you're on the hook, Megan.
Looks like I've got some floors to sleep on here. So.
Yeah, my place of parties. And there you go.
All right.
Great local event. Is that it?
I think that's going to be it. We've been on for over an hour now. Usually when we do these pre-shows, they're usually shorter shows because, we do so much on the weekend. But, it's been over an hour now. It's funny. I can see my reflection in your frame behind you there. That's hilarious.
Megan, can you remind everybody again the dates, the times, and then obviously where it is, and maybe let people know how much tickets are to boot?
Oh, let's bring that up. Okay, we want to get it right. I don't want to screw up anything that's important.
No worries.
Facts.
I just want to give them a TLDR here at the end, right?
Tickets.
I'm scheduled.
Yes, I know your schedule. Well, we know it's this weekend, right? Friday and Saturday. Sorry, Saturday and Sunday. Right?
Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, the 29th and the 30th.
Queen Elizabeth Building
at Exhibition Place. We're gonna regular entry is 11, VIP 10, super VIP 9:30. We're gonna close it up for 7. Go over to Hotel X, enjoy the view, enjoy food, drinks. Then the next day we're going from 11 until 4.
Mm-hmm. You got it. You got this.
I got this. And so then it's gonna be. People just sort of loading out at that time. There's parking everywhere. It is pay parking. You can find out more about our upcoming posts on that. We will have coat check, and we will have validated parking at Hotel X for anyone who wants to drive over from the party for a few hours. They can park for free there. And sorry, what was the other question?
I've got the prices here if you want me to go through
it quickly. Just maybe ticket prices. I don't think we actually discussed that at that point for anybody that's still looking. I know we've already pre-sold a bunch of tickets, but if you are looking to hit the event, you haven't got your tickets yet.
Yeah, so Saturday general admission are $32 early bird. On site, if you wait till you're at the door, they'll be $37. Sunday general admission prices are $28. If you wait till you're at the door, they're going to be $33. There are weekend passes. So the early admission weekend pass is $70. Again, it's going to be $80 at the door. The general admission weekend pass is only $50.
It's only $50.
Only $50,
guys,
for the weekend.
That's fantastic.
And then they have a bunch of packages. They've got the super VIP weekend pass, which is $200. They've got the VIP weekend pass, which is $90. You can get 4 packs. There's a 4-pack weekend pass for $180. Guys, go check out the site. There's a bunch of different options for tickets to fit everybody's needs. So whatever you're doing, however many people you are, there's a bunch of stuff there. Oh, and something that I'm seeing here on the ticket page that we forgot to mention is Toronto Game Expo now has merch. So make sure
I did want to just bring that up.
Booth. Yeah.
Yes, I want to bring that up just before we log off, because it's important to understand that this year we brought on a fabulous artist, Nancy's Art. You've seen them at a lot of different shows, and they designed our different styles of t-shirts logos this year. So there are some great Mario ones. The Mario and Princess Peach one is my favorite. There's some Minecraft inspired ones. There's some really beautiful artwork there as well. They'll be tabling, and you see them at a lot of shows anyhow, but it was a lovely experience to be able to have these one-of-a-kind art forms on t-shirts. And also, speaking of art, for our cosplay programming, that's a gift to our cosplayers, is a complimentary photo shoot with Rotide Media. So normally this is something that people would have to pay for and book, and hopefully they do in the future because it's so worth it. But we're offering everyone a photo shoot to be able to have some beautiful memories of their cosplay and be able to just connect with Justin and to get their photos after. And so that'll be really nice as well. He's offering a raffle, which we posted today as a collaborative post if you want to check out the details on our Instagram page.
Yeah, Justin actually messaged me earlier. He did post it on his page. He's going to be doing free pictures all weekend.
Yes.
So if you happen to catch him and he's not busy, he'll take some pictures for you. So just come on and see him. Rotide Media. We keep saying it. It's probably the best thing to come out of cosplay in 2024, 2025. So make sure you come and check him out because his pictures are freaking dope. We're going to make sure we're going to get a bunch of pictures of our throne, hopefully with Mr. David Targaryen over here. Shoot some promo shots that we're going to be able to use in the future because, yeah, his man.
He's going to be spending a lot of time at our throne, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I think he's set up right next to us this year, isn't he?
Yes. Like that was planned, yeah.
Yeah, almost like it was planned ahead of time.
Yeah, that's going to be wonderful.
Sweet.
All right.
JS, you want to take us out?
Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this week, guys. If you've not clicked that like or that subscribe button, please make sure you do that. Also, if you click the notification bell, it'll always let you know anytime we go live or we upload a new video. But I think that is going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you all stay geeky, and we're going to see you in 2 days at Toronto Game Expo. Woo-hoo! See you guys then. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything.